Hello there, I'm Moldy, and in this room I probably have well over 1,000 minifigures on display, especially if you're including the gonks at the top of that minifigure unit. But today we're going to be adding 500 more, well, probably a little over 500 more minifigures to the backdrop, because what I want to get done today is this shelf you can just about see in the intros of videos and sometimes throughout the video, houses over 500 minifigures. So today we're going to be taking this shelf and moving it back here so that you too can enjoy over 500 more minifigures. I don't know exactly how they'll be visible on camera, but hopefully it goes well. As you can see up here, there's a mix of CMFs, there's some Marvel minifigures, the giant Red Hulk. We've just built a few other themes mixed in with all of my Star Wars troopers. And I'll be recording this entire video on my brand new phone and therefore brand new camera that I purchased specifically for this reason. We might have to work on that shelf by the end of the video. The first thing that we're going to have to do before even thinking about moving this shelf is move all of these minifigures down onto my desk, where we've got this really cool desk mat available now on the product shelf below. But if you are also a fan of Funko Pops and Star Wars Funko Pops specifically, but any Funkos will do, let me know down in the comments. As much as I'm sure some of you would like to see me zipping around putting all these minifigures together, I've not only taken them off the shelf, and it's taken me quite a while because I have been watching Spider-Man, but I've also taken the minifigures from in front of the displays. You've briefly just seen a few of them and tried to pack them into the gaps on the actual minifigure displays. I am terrible when it comes to building a mock or building anything in Lego, needing a minifigure, taking it down and never putting it back. So I've tried to replace them and fill some gaps with brand new minifigures even. Taken some city ones I think would look cool in between some of the CMFs. I no longer have them in their CMF series order because of literally just taking them down, using them for something like my recent Jurassic Park mock with the dinosaurs and never putting them back where they were. So I've rearranged it a little bit. The costumes are together. There's still a little bit of structure. I haven't gone wild with it, but they're just no longer ordered in their CMF series. So let's take a look at the 5 minifigure stands, and now there are only 2 little strips in front of them, making it much easier to display when we have the brand new shelf up. Well, the old shelf in the new position. We've still got mostly CMFs on this first one. You can see there's a few extra city minifigures on the right here, which we got space CMFs, and basically the first 3 are CMFs, and then we go off into other characters that I've got through. Most of them build a minifigure by the looks, but there are a few city sets and like the special toy soldier from one of the old minifigure dictionaries or minifigure books. And we've still got the Sonic minifigures on their own line. Maybe the Sonic minifigures can fit into a stand, but I think I need to build another stand because this one is packed with Marvel with a little garnish of DC at the top. We've then got what I'm going to call the space minifigure stand. Those top 2 rows are, as far as I can recall, all of my space minifigures, and then we have a few, we got the brick costumes as well there, a few SpongeBob, Doctor Who, and then other CMF minifigures towards the bottom. And then we have the golden ones, the Star Wars 2, which I've packed with some minifigures you've not seen before. Those 4 sabers there belong to my very, very first Star Wars customs. I didn't even show them off here on the channel. I might have shared them with the channel members over on Discord. And if you want some exclusive looks at behind the scenes footage and some content just like these customs here, be sure to join the members down below and keep an eye out over on the channel Discord. I tried to keep them ordered. We've still got the first order and final order at the top, with the droids just filling up that gap so I didn't have to move them. The top, bottom, and middle bars are glued in, so that's why I haven't swapped the troopers and the droids around. But we've got most of my minifigures from the Star Wars theme that haven't already made it into my LED display. All in all, that was about 500, I think it was like 510 or 520 minifigures. We've got another 350 in here, and we've got some gonks at the top. This is every gonk that Lego's made. The 2 at the front, slightly different variations. This is light bluish grey. That one's light grey, and you can see underneath we've got a black jumper compared to a dark bluish grey jumper. But these need to come down so we can fit the shelf. I don't think there'll be room for them afterwards. And you can also see that I've touched up the filler on the wall as well. So hopefully that will dry and we won't be able to notice the difference. But now it's time to move the shelf. The following footage you're about to see is me getting excited over a mobile phone. So I've just recorded the time lapse you have seen on the screen through my phone, which is crazy to me. I mean, I know phones have been able to do this for so long, and I did used to have an iPhone that could do this and slow-mo, so I have to test out slow-mo at some point as well. This is going to save absolutely hours of editing. You have no idea how long it takes to render hours of footage just to edit them into a couple seconds. Most of my sped up shots are like 10 times speed. I've watched it back. It does look pretty cool, so I probably won't be speeding it up anymore. But even if I wanted to speed it up a little bit more, it's a lot easier than trying to process hours of footage. Anyway, we've got 2 of the screws out and I've run into a little problem. I'm not sure exactly how safe this is, but we've got one screw holding it up over there right at the top to stop the shelf falling. And to be fair, the hexagons are probably strong enough to catch it. And then I've removed these 2 screws. Yes, the 3rd screw is somewhere behind this very dirty looking monitor. So to get all the way back here, I could use a little tool to unscrew that bottom screw. Chances are I'm probably going to have to pull the monitor off, take that, lay that on the desk, which also means clearing all of these minifigures. It's a little bump in the road, and it is a really little bump compared to some of the issues I have when building my LEGO Star Wars MOCs, but it's going to take an extra little bit of time, and that means we do another time lapse. Let this be proof the bigger isn't always better. Size matters not. But sometimes it's definitely a bit quicker. Now that we got the monitor out of the way, I'm going to have to take both of these screws down fairly quickly, but I think there's enough time for a little slow-mo. Last time we needed to fill the holes behind me, I thought we were absolute geniuses for using the brick separator to smooth over the filler. But I've just realized this little filler pouch that I've got here has a flat end, and it is quite a chunky flat end, almost an inch thick, almost an inch long. It's not an inch thick, it's very thin. But it was perfect for smoothing over the filler. Now we just have to wait for it to dry, sand it, paint it, just like we did the wall behind. But now it's time to try and fit the shelf in this gap. So yeah, is this thing on? I think so. You all saw that. That was me problem solving in real time, or at least trying to. I thought I'd just be able to, pull the screw through. It's only small because it's not proper wood. It has snapped a little hole in it. Not really a massive problem, because what I'll probably just end up doing is flipping the shelf around, putting the one hole just that side and trying to flip it around. That was really not the best thing I could have done in the moment. Honestly, the screw was worn down so much. I'm going to have to replace that when I'm putting these screws back in. But I was hoping it would just pop out, especially with the force of this. And yeah, don't try this at home. Just like that, we now have another brand new shelf. It doesn't quite go the whole length of this display, doesn't really bother me. I'll definitely put like a helmet. I could get the two helmets. We've got a Stormtrooper and Boba Fett helmet. Could get them either side. They could look really, really cool. But now it's time to put all of the minifigures along the top, get some mechs, and see what else we can fit on this brand new shelf. Again, not a brand new shelf, brand new location for a very old and very loved shelf. So let's get some figures on it.